Recording is on.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for today's AI Skill Development Workshop. And we'll get started right away. I'm Dave Hulton, and if you don't know me, I'm the President of Marketing Ideas for Printers. If you do know me, I'm still the President of Marketing Ideas for Printers. I'm also a member of Simple Academy. We are a community of the world's leading experts on AI skill development. And at Simple, our mission is to guide you through the transition to an AI-powered economy. My job is to help you as a commercial printer navigate that transition and guide you on the journey to becoming an AI workflow master. So what is an AI workflow master? Well, for clarity, this is a term my AI community invented to create a shared language around this idea. And this is what we mean by an AI workflow master. So Andrew Wilkinson posted this on X. Andrew Wilkinson is a billionaire that runs an internet holding company. You can think of him like the Warren Buffett of internet companies. And so this is his post on X for hiring an AI-first director of finance. It's not a post for hype. He's running a serious business and hiring for a serious role. The punchline in his post is, can do the work of 10 people by using AI. And today's reality is people are applying for jobs. They need to demonstrate that they can do the work of 10 people with the assistance of AI. And so that has some implications, both in your current role, your future role. In your current role, that says just what the post says, that you can do the work of 10 people using AI. It also implies that in your future roles or the future skills that you'll acquire, you'll be able to learn those future roles and those future skills 10 times faster. And then finally, with an AI certification, that's what proves to people that you can use AI to get real work done. So we bundle all three of those things together, and that's what we mean when we say the term AI workflow master. So we're going to learn by doing, and we'll have an exercise to kick this off here very shortly. But to get started, let me ask you to do a few things here. First one is open up your favorite AI tool. That could be ChatGPT, Claude by Anthropic, Google Gemini, MS Copilot, any of the biggies. If you don't have a favorite yet, I would suggest that you go to chatgpt.com and create an account while I'm kind of getting ready for this. It'll take you about 30 seconds to create your account, and you'll be able to do the work that we're going to do here. So we will go hands-on. And the reason we're doing that is because there's a big difference between just passively consuming the information that I'm sharing and proactively participating in the workshop. I want to make sure you're getting the value out of this workshop. All right, so now in the chat, if you would do this for me, tell me a little bit about who you are and why you're here. And you can just go ahead and drop that in, A, B, or C. Drop in A, that means that you're serving customers, you're helping a print shop by serving the customers, you're running the jobs, you're doing the production. B means you're a solopreneur. That means you're supporting the printing industry with creative or marketing or specialty services. C means you're the owner, you're running the show, and the buck stops with you. So if you can just go ahead and drop that into the chat, and that'll give me an idea who's here. And the other thing that I will do then is I will use your feedback to help customize some of the parts that we're coming up on a little bit later. It may be that you're also not here as a printer. That's all right. Just pick the answer that matches up closest to you here. And then also, if you can just drop in the number of people that are at your current company. All right. So with that said, here's our agenda. The agenda is all about you plus AI. That's an important part of what we're talking about, combining those two things, you plus AI. You plus AI skill development. And so we're going to look at the 3 actions needed to become a workflow master, the 3 opportunities that exist for AI workflow masters, and then finally the 3 options for participating in an AI saturated world. Okay, a spoiler alert, here's what's coming. We'll talk about this more at the end, but we will be offering the Company Champion Certification Scholarship. That is $4,000 in AI certifications and training. If that's something that's of interest to you, and it should be. There's no strings attached to it. It's $4,000 that we're offering to you for the scholarship. If that's of interest to you, just drop your email address into the chat at any time, and we'll make sure to get you set up with that. We'll talk more about it at the end, but just a very quick peek at it. The scholarship consists of these two things. The first one is the AI Workflow Practitioner certification. That's for everybody. That'll give you 9 ready-to-use, business-focused AI workflows, teach you how to use them, and you will get that certification, which you can then use to tell the world that you are an AI workflow practitioner. That certification is available for everybody here on the call today, free with the scholarship. And then the other part of the scholarship is the AI Workflow Expert certification. That is 8 self-paced workshops. It's actually a bonus 9th workshop in there as well, but 8 self-paced workshops that teach you how to build AI workflows. With that, you will get the AI Workflow Expert certification. You can use that to promote your new AI builder skills. That is also free with the scholarship. However, there is a limit of 1 person per company that is eligible for the AI Workflow Expert certification. We'll talk about that more at the end. Who's claiming these scholarships? It's serious AI people. What is a serious AI person? That means that it's people that either are or wants to become an AI workflow master. Now, if you don't feel like a serious AI person yet, it's time to change that. It is absolutely within your reach. You will be a serious AI person by the end of this webinar. Just a reminder that if you want to get that scholarship for free, that's something you should do on this call. So if you think you might drop off before the end of this call, excuse me, just go ahead and drop your email address into the chat now to claim your scholarship, and we'll make sure to get you set up with that. Now, let's talk about the 3 actions associated with AI skill development. It's performance. We got out of order there. It's productivity, performance, and engagement. And so when we talk about productivity, it's this simple question: how can AI help me do my work faster and easier? Well, we'll show you how that works now, because we're going to use AI to help us build a toolkit of all of our areas of responsibility and the daily work we do in those areas of responsibility. So get your AI ready, because in a moment, I'll give you an AI instruction that you can use to build your own productivity toolkit. And it'll be customized to list your areas of responsibility. On the example on my screen, this is the productivity toolkit for sales and marketing and commercial printing. So that's a specific role that we have here. And below that, those are the areas of responsibility. So when you run this tool, those areas of responsibility will fill across the top. And then we are going to go down in each column, and you're going to see the daily work within each area of responsibility. It's going to look like a lot of information on the screen. That's because it is. Now you have permission to ignore it for now. I'll bring more attention to that in a bit. So at this time, we're going to take a few moments to help you create this toolkit specifically for your role right now. And here is the prompt that we're going to be using. And so head on over to your chat, and I need to open that up on my side here as well. And I'm going to drop a prompt into the chat. And I ask you to copy that prompt and get ready to paste it into your AI, but don't run it yet, because I want to guide you on what to do. There's one little piece that you need to know about before we get started. So that is in your chat now, and you should be able to copy that out of your chat. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to go over to my version of ChatGPT, or my browser, and I'm going to paste that in there. So what you're going to do is put all of that information into your AI, ChatGPT, or whichever one that you're using. Drop that into your AI, and then just take a look at just those first 3 lines. You don't need to worry about any of the rest. That's just a lot of instructions that AI uses. You can unpack that later on your own if you want, but for now, I'd like you to focus just on those top 3. So if you're here as an owner, that's already filled in, but if that's not right, just go ahead and change your role to make it for you. Make sure that you're putting in the company size. And then if your industry, if it's something other than commercial printing, go ahead and change that. So again, copy and paste all of that into your AI, change those first 3 lines, and then we're going to run it. And so AI is going to take a few moments here, and it's going to start drawing up the first draft of your AI productivity toolkit. It'll be customized to you based on your role and your company size. So go ahead and drop that in there. So take a little bit of time, watch all of that roll out here. My screen is a little bit on the smaller side, so mine is going to scroll left and right a bit, but you will see coming across the top, those are those areas of responsibility we talked about. And then underneath of that, it's continuing to fill in the daily work that is part of those areas of responsibility. Now, as it's filling out, I'll make a few more comments. Experience shows that this is going to be about 80 to 90% accurate right out of the box. So take a look at it, perhaps after our session here. If we were to have a few more thoughtful moments, what I would say is take a look at that and look across the roles, areas of responsibility. Look across the daily work within each of those areas of responsibility. And if there's anything that seems out of place, for instance, if you'd say, I don't do technology and innovation and I don't want to, I have someone else do that, you would just tell AI, swap out technology and innovation with another item. And if we were to do that in a more thoughtful way, taking the time to do that, AI would do that. So that would be your goal, is to get that to the point where it really represents your work that you do every day. But for today, for the purpose of our workshop, being 80 to 90% right is perfectly fine. And so we will continue to go ahead with that. Okay, so what you have now is your personal productivity toolkit. First draft of the AI productivity toolkit. And so you can fine tune that as you go. So what does that mean? What does that tell us? Well, it's not a toolkit yet. And that's kind of maybe seems a little bit odd for me to say that. What you created on your screen is not a toolkit yet. It's a toolbox with a bunch of labels on it, and it still needs to get filled with the tools. How do you fill it with the tools? Well, what's on my screen right now, this is a toolkit. And in this example, all the tools are in place, one for each box. This is a productivity toolkit with ready-to-use AI workflows for sales and marketing and commercial printing. This one is ready to use. It's available to you as part of the AI Accelerator for Printers subscription service. But there's other ways to get there too. And later you can learn how to build the tools for your own toolkit too. So as I mentioned earlier, AI workflows, I've been bringing that up. These are the AI workflows. And so now I want to show you how one of these tools from the AI Accelerator for Printers collection of AI workflows works. And so I'm going to demonstrate to you the AI workflow for the creation of a lead scoring model, which helps you stop guessing at which leads to follow up with and start focusing on the sales that matter the most. This was the inspiration for a recent tip of the week at AIforprinters.com. I think that one is out of the rotation now, but keep an eye on AIforprinters.com and you'll see these tips of the week that match up with what we're doing here. All right, enough talking. Let's actually do it here. Let's talk about the lead scoring model. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run this one here for you. And let me copy that one and go back to my browser, go back to ChatGPT. And let me get to my right spot here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to simply drop that in and run that. So this is an AI workflow. And what you're going to see is this is the part where you and AI are working together. AI is going to now coach us. And you see, all I did was copy and paste it. And now we are working with AI. We're going to start AI is going to coach us to help us develop our lead scoring model for commercial printing sales using this structured 7-step process. And here's how we'll move forward. Step 1, defining the lead scoring objectives. Each step includes an introduction to what we're doing at that step. Each step is going to, the AI is going to invite you to provide some more information about the context of what are we working on here. And what AI does then is it's going to take that information and it's going to build the work. It's going to compress all of that thinking and do that work right in front of you. Now, this is very fast, but it's not instant. And so if we do this in a more thoughtful way, it does take a little time to run through it. So I'm going to show you what that looks like if that had already been run, because I did actually pre-run this one earlier. And make sure I get to the right one here. There it is. So I did pre-run this one. Let me go all the way back up to the top here. So I copied and pasted just like I just did now. And now AI is working with us here. Step 1, what are we doing? Defining the lead scoring objectives. And AI in this case was saying, here's what I suggest for your scoring model. And AI stops and pauses and says, do these objectives align with your sales priorities at my simulation print perfect? Would you like to adjust or add anything before we move? So AI is stopping. It's asking me to provide that little bit of quality check and say, what are we accomplishing here? Is this, are we working in the right things? AI is giving you the chance, the opportunity to validate the work. And that's with step 1. And so we can say that's, yep, that aligns, and AI continues, and then it moves on to step 2. I'll go through this a little bit high level, but you can see, again, AI is stopping and pausing every time. What does step 2 look like? It's asking us to define your best fit customers. My best customers, and this is me replying in my simulation here, telling AI, here's what you need to know about me and my best customers. I provide that information, and AI can work with that. And you can see that it just goes ahead and it starts taking that information, and now it is creating a high value lead attributes system here. So it says, does that look right? And if we would take the time and look at that, we'd say, yep, that's good. That's exactly what we're looking for there. We'll keep on going. And so we have another checkpoint. We've confirmed with AI that we're good to keep on moving. And we keep on going. Step 3, on and on. And here's an interesting thing. Look at what's happening here. AI is waiting for you to provide a response, but it's also suggesting the responses that might make sense. That's a whole lot easy, because I want to be the lazy human and say, oh, yeah, I don't want to think of what are the buying signals. I'm just going to borrow the ones that AI told me here. And I can just drop those in, copy them from above and drop them in. This is a nice shortcut. And it keeps on going. Step 3, step 4, assigning weights and scoring rules. I'm just going to keep on going here. And AI, it's confirming what we're agreeing with here. Or we have the opportunity to coach it in a different direction. On and on we go. We're working through all of those steps. And when we get to the end, we have a lead score update system. One thing I want to back up just for a moment here. I might have gone by it. One of the things that AI asked us to confirm is, how often do you want the scores updated? I knew that answer. Should scores decay over time? Yeah, probably. Should some events reset or significantly increase scores? Well, that's getting a little bit deep. So I asked just help me decide. And sure enough, it did that. Let's decide on event-based score bumps. We can still ask AI to help us. And the reason I wanted to pull that out, that's just one little piece in the middle. As we work thoughtfully with AI, we are there guiding the progress all the way along. This ends with step 7, the final review and implementation. You now have a working lead scoring model that is customized for me, for you, for Print Perfect in this case. All right, it's easy to go into the weeds on this. The whole point on this is that you have done a lot of work very quickly. I mentioned earlier, it's fun to be lazy. Well, maybe it's not fun to be lazy, maybe not even a good idea to be lazy, but let's just call it what it is. Human nature, we can be lazy. The other thing that I hope you saw on this is that AI is amazing at filling in the gaps. What that means, if you combine those two things, humans being lazy and AI being amazing at filling in the gaps, combine those two things and you can get a lot of work done quickly. Humans are faster at editing than creating. So just like I showed you on the screen earlier, we can answer the questions and have AI make suggestions all along the way. You will notice that AI will pull information out of you. It knows what to ask, It helps you think about information you might not even thought of before giving it to it. All right, so we've gone through a lot on this kind of in a pretty rapid fashion here. You don't have to worry about this all looking scary. I know we started with that prompt that may look like a lot. The big thing to know is that is a prompt that is pre-written for you. We've got you covered. You don't have to understand them. You just have to use them and let AI work with you to help get the work done. All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. And now we need to talk about the first of 3 turkey problems. There are 3 turkey slides in this presentation, so bonus points to you if you find all of them. The turkey problem. I experienced the turkey problem head on when it became clear that AI was going to impact the way we provide marketing services to help printers sell more printing. This comes from a book called The Black Swan. It's an amazing book published around 2009. It's about the facts that we live in a very unpredictable world where the things that matter the most for the long-term success of the economy, our society, and really everything else, all those things can be impacted by something unpredictable that just comes out of nowhere. So what do you do when you live in a world like that? Well, in one of the chapters, the author talks about what he calls the turkey problem. The turkey problem goes like this. The turkey wakes up every single day and is predictably cared for by a farmer, gets fed every single morning, gets to go out and play in the yard with its turkey friends, has a really nice place to hang out every night. So this turkey is basically taken care of. And that repeats itself day after day after day after day after day until eventually the turkey concludes that this is what being a turkey must be like, and life will be this way forever. Until one day, usually right before a holiday like Thanksgiving, when a turkey usually ends up on the table, something changes. And the farmer comes out, grabs the turkey by the neck, and all of a sudden, it's lights out. The turkey problem shows up like this in the real world when it comes to AI. The turkey problem says, all right, AI can do this task, but it certainly can't do, and then fill in the blank, insert whatever your favorite thing AI cannot do here. And here's what I want to suggest. If it's on your screen right now, a screen like the one I had up here a few moments ago, if it's on your screen like this, I'm going to suggest that that this is the turkey problem for you. Okay, you can insert whatever favorite thing your AI can't do. If it's on your screen, it's going to be a turkey problem because AI can do that. If it's in your toolkit, not only can AI help you do it, but if it's in your current role, it's you plus AI and it's 10 times faster. Well, it's right on the screen there. It's you plus AI can do the job at least 10 times faster with no compromise in quality and usually an increase in quality. Okay, there's a lot there. Let's unpack that a little bit. What does that mean? Well, it's you plus AI. We've already talked about that. So it's 10 times faster. Now, we went through high level on just an example, and hopefully you're seeing that that is at least 10 times faster to do the work of creating that lead scoring model. So there should be no question that it's at least 10 times faster. Then we get to the next part, no compromise in quality. That's the part that sometimes causes people to bristle a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about that one, because what that means is it's you plus AI working together. So the no compromise in quality, that's why the AI workflows that we are using and creating, they are built so that AI has the stop points where you are providing quality control. You and AI are working together. So if there's a compromise in quality, that finger points at you because you are the one checking the work at each step to say, yes, we're going in the right direction. You're the quality control. And then this other part, that usually an increase in quality. Now, I have to tell you that maybe I couldn't say that with a straight face 2 years ago, but AI is progressing so fast. That's true now, and it's going to become increasingly true over time. So think about that from the perspective of your future role. You can significantly accelerate and many times skip the lengthy learning process. You're going to be working on that 10x on the way to do your work and also learn new roles. And that's what we're doing here is we're just breaking it down into steps. We're using an AI workflow, breaking it down to steps. We're looking at what good looks like at every step. So if I need to learn how to do a task on that grid, I just learn it by doing it. All right, let's keep on going here. So we just looked at productivity. Now, in productivity, when we look at that grid, most people are going to find 5 to 10 workflows in that productivity toolkit that really move the needle and save them a bunch of time. So it's not unusual to find that people will shave off maybe 20% of their daily work time. So here's an easy way to think about that. If you're used to doing your job Monday through Friday, shave off 20% of that time, and now you can do it Monday through Thursday. What does Friday become? That can become your day to be more strategic. And that's how we can transition over into the performance aspect of this, of what we're talking about here. A great way to become more strategic is to run performance experiments. Whoever runs the most performance experiments wins. Let me bring that closer to the world of printers. If you're the printer running the most performance experiments, AI will help you be the printer that wins. So we're going to now go take a look at the performance experiment toolkit for sales and marketing and commercial printing. I'll have that one on the screen in just a moment. And I'm also going to show you how you can build your own performance experiment toolkit. So get to your AI again, and I'll give you the instructions to build your own performance experiments toolkit. What you'll see here is key performance indicators. That's that list in the middle. When we build this toolkit, that will turn into the line across the top. So in plain English, these are the things you're responsible for doing better over time in your role. Then when we build this performance experiment toolkit, you're going to see the columns fill in. You'll see a combination of experts in the field and known strategies from those experts to get you the results that you desire. So here is the prompt that you will use to run, to build your own performance experiments toolkit. So I will drop that one into the chat as well. And that is coming. Okay, that is in the chat. So go ahead and grab that, just copy that. And now we're going to go back to our AI. And I want to make sure I'm in the right one here. So let me just go in this one. So you will already have run that and built your performance toolkit. And in a perfect world, I will have too. And it is not showing up here at the moment. So let me try that again. Well, what I'm going to do is there it is. Okay, just had to click one extra time. So you should have your productivity toolkit from earlier. Now copy that new item in the chat, that new AI instruction, and this time just paste it in and you can run it as is. AI already remembers enough about you from the previous one where it'll take that take the productivity kit from before, and now it'll build the AI performance toolkit, performance experiments toolkit. So again, these are our KPIs across the top, and the columns are filling in with the different strategies from experts across the world. This is like having access to the expertise of the world's top experts that can help you improve your work here. That's what's filling in. All right, so we're going to let that continue to come to life. I'll let yours run there for a little bit. Just remember that what's coming on the screen, this is a combination of experts in the field and known strategies to help you get the results you desire. That's the strategies from those experts. All right, so you can take a look at that as yours is filling in. At this particular moment, my AI seems to be running a little bit slower, which is usually a hint that there's probably the next big update is getting to be around the corner. So we'll let that keep on running. And let me go back to the presentation here. And a completed performance experiment toolkit will look something like this. And right off the top of your looking at it, it's probably will look like another wall of text. The reason it looks like a wall of text is because it is. Now, in itself, that's not too interesting, but what it represents is very interesting. The time that it saves and the value that it creates, that is the interesting part of what we're looking at here. This is work that represents tens and thousands of dollars, and we're compressing the clock time and the calendar time to do it very quickly and efficiently. So we're going to look at the performance experiment toolkit with the AI workflows for sales and marketing and commercial printing. This is a toolkit that is ready for you to use. We can teach you how to build your own AI workflows, but this is the easy button way to get started as opposed to learning how to build the tools for yourself. So we'll look at one of them. We're going to look at the value of just one of these performance experiment tools from the Sales and Marketing Toolkit found in the AI Accelerator for Printers program. So if we were to do this, I'll just quickly do this. I'm going to run this prompt. This is a toolkit, a performance experiment for increasing retention through hyper-personalized experiments. And so again, I'm going to go back to my AI tool here. I'm saying AI tool. It can be ChatGPT as I'm using. It can be any of those, Claude, Gemini, any of them. And we're going to go through the same thing. So now we're looking at this from the lens of a performance experiment. And it'll be just similar to what we saw before. AI is going to come along and it's going to say, here's step one. I'm going to introduce step one. This is AI talking. I'm going to introduce step one to you and tell you what we're going to do. And AI is going to start collecting information. So again, just as I mentioned the last time, this is not instant. It's very, very, very fast, but it's not instant. So I am going to go back and I'm going to show you one that has already been run. So if I go all the way back up, get my mouse driving correctly there. So the same thing before, by running this experiment, we'll go through step one. AI is going to introduce it and ask us to provide some information. I'll provide some of that information, or perhaps I'll be the lazy human and say, just help me decide, help me with the answers. And AI will say, okay, step one, here's what we noticed. And where do we go next? And then we go on to step two. We're stopping in between each step so that we are providing that quality control to ensure that our results are very, very, very good. Step two, and AI comes and checks along and says, yep, okay, we're in agreement with step two all the way through. Step three, step four, all the way through. And yes, I'm just fast forwarding this now. So you can see that the end result is a hyper-personalization strategy. We have compressed many, many weeks of work into just one short, thoughtful session with AI. That is an experiment toolkit, one of the performance experiments. So let's go back to that performance experiment toolkit again. What's on the screen there now? All of these can be turned into a bunch of experiments to help you move forward. AI can help you run those experiments in a hugely efficient manner. So once again, notice that it's AI that is pulling information out of you. It'll help bring things to the surface that you might not have even thought about. So what we have here is a bunch of experiments, and let's say this part loud and clear again. Whoever runs the most performance experiments wins. So these are things that we believe will make things better. They'll help you enhance your brand messaging or increase qualified lead volume and so on. So if you ever set out to accomplish a goal in business or in your personal life, you know that it starts by just doing that first thing to bring you closer to that goal. And if you knew how to do that first thing, you'd already be doing it. So finding that first thing to do, that's step number one. And then because you need to stretch yourself to the target, you're going to sit down, you're going to create a list of ideas. You're going to come up with a list of probably 10 more things. And if you've ever done this before, if you've paid attention to the experiments you've run, you'll come to the conclusion that out of those 10 ideas, every which one you thought would be helpful, perhaps out of those 10 ideas, 8 of them will make no difference at all whatsoever. You'll try something and it won't be as helpful as you had hoped. You made promises to yourself about the results and then it didn't work. And you know what? That's fine. That's the risk that comes with running an experiment. Then you'll find one of those things that you thought would make things better, but it actually makes things worse. You thought something would improve the results, but it took progress in the other direction. Again, sounds painful, but not a big deal. We're running an experiment. We want to find that kind of thing out when we're experimenting. But then somewhere hiding in those 10 ideas is that one thing that's going to make a very significant difference. And if you knew which one that was, which item that would be making that difference, you'd just do that one thing and we wouldn't even have to have this conversation. We wouldn't need to talk about experiments. We'd just do that one thing. So we know that in order to produce better results, what we need to do is run as many of those performance experiments as we can. And so that's why we say the whole game here is whoever runs the most performance experiments wins. Let's just think of it this way. Pretend that you and I are exactly equal in our expertise. In reality, maybe you're better at marketing than me, maybe you're worse at marketing than me. But for this conversation, let's just pretend we're exactly equal. We're working on a marketing project. You're going to do it the old way without AI. I'm just going to run all of these marketing experiments as fast as I possibly can. And at the end of the quarter, what we will find is that I will have run circles around you because I ran the most performance experiments. And that is what brings us to turkey slide number 2. You should now be able to say these two things. You should be able to say that AI can help me create a lead scoring model. You should be able to say AI can help me develop a hyper-personalization strategy that enhances customer retention. We just saw both of those things on my screen a few moments ago. And you might also be saying, but certainly it can't replace my expertise. So if you ran the prompt to create your own list of performance experiments and then looked at those experiments for your current role, you will find that you plus AI can run the performance experiment at least 10 times faster with no compromise in quality and usually an increase in quality, not compared to yourself without AI, but actually compared to the world's top experts. That means not only is your expertise in danger, every expert's expertise is in danger. This is the major aha moment for people in this new AI world. Being able to run these performance experiments faster than anybody else. Even better, in your future role, imagine becoming the person who, no matter how the world changes around them, is able to produce the results 10 times faster than anybody else that's still adapting to that changing world. All right, let's keep on going and look at the engagement part of those 3 actions. What we need to do is 2 things. We need to track results, and we need to communicate progress and expertise in the form of certifications. So what we have is a process where we just simply look at what did you work on? How long did it take you to do it with AI? How long did it take you to do before without AI? And that calculates a number. Your job is to make that number go up as high as you possibly can for everyone on your team. Now, if you don't think measuring progress is a big deal, just think about the last time you posted on LinkedIn or other social media. What's the first thing you did? You started checking how many people liked it, how many people responded. You started tracking results and checking progress. I did the same thing as I put out the LinkedIn invite for this very workshop. The first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at that and saying, okay, who's coming? Who's showing up here? This is what makes social media so addicting to so many people. Tracking makes an enormous difference in engagement. The second thing is certifications. Certifications mark and reward your progress. Certifications allow you to prove your AI expertise and promote it for you and your team to show the whole world that you know how to use AI to get results. Okay, so we are about 45 minutes in. So we are actually getting close to the finish line, probably about 10 minutes out. Let's look at the opportunities that result from becoming an AI workflow master. So the opportunities, what we know is that every time there is a major shift in technology, there are orders of magnitude of opportunity created in the economy. We've lived through some of these already. Think about the PC revolution. There was a time nobody knew what Microsoft was. Microsoft came out of nowhere. They're now world famous and fabulously wealthy. The internet revolution. Amazon came out of nowhere. They're pretty big now. Social media. Facebook came out of nowhere. Transportation revolution. Here's Uber. Uber came out of nowhere. How do you find these opportunities and have your come out of nowhere moment? Well, it's just as simple as seeing the opportunity and taking action. So what are those opportunities? Well, AI Workflow Master opportunity number 1 is for employees. You can upskill yourself as an employee. So if we look at that from the environment of the commercial printing, employees are running the equipment, managing the projects, keeping the jobs flowing. If that's you, AI can help you do the work of 10 people, not by replacing anyone, but by making you way more valuable. There used to be a stigma with that. Kind of felt like this: if I start to use AI, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to have AI do all the work and get myself replaced. You're worried that you're going to set themselves up to be replaced by AI and then get let go. But think about who's really getting let go. It's not the person using AI to do the work of 10 people. It's the other 9 people not being productive that are going to get fired. So I won't camp out on here too long today, but if you're in a specific role, there's a lot of upside for you. As a business owner, you want these kind of employees. Okay, AI Workflow Master opportunity number 2. That's for the solopreneurs in the room. In the printing world, that's the freelancers, the consultants, the designers, specialists who support print shops from the outside. With AI, you can scale your solo operation by delivering more value and faster. Experts are saying in the next few years, we're actually going to see the world's first billion, with a B, billion-dollar valuation solopreneur company. Sounds crazy, but that's what's coming. But let's even scale that down to 100 million. And these already exist: the 1 million, the 10 million, the 100 million solopreneurs. Think about it in another way. I've talked with a number of printers ready to transition their encore career. AI can help you get there. But we'll keep moving because most of you on this call, you're inside the print shop and not orbiting around it. So let's talk about what really moves the needle if you own the whole thing. That is AI Workflow Master opportunity number 3, where you can make more money as a company. Now the focus shifts to the team that you employ. What happens when an organization full of people start to apply these AI mastery methods to their roles? You get to the point where the employer that builds a team with the most AI workflow masters wins. Let me say that again. That's a biggie. Whoever has the team with the most AI workflow masters wins. You move faster than your competitors, you find new opportunities, you execute the most AI-powered performance experiments. You will be positioned to be the printer and marketing services provider that emerges out of the AI revolution. So 3 options that we need to consider here. First option is do nothing. Probably not a surprise that I'm going to suggest that that's a bad idea. You're soon going to be living in a world that expects you to use AI to do the work of 10 people. It's not enough to have a fleeting familiarity with AI. You need to know how to use AI to come alongside you to do real work every day. That real work, that's all the boxes for those AI workflows we talked about on those 2 grids. That's the real work that AI can help you with. Let's go back to that post again, Andrew Wilkinson's job posting, and let's look at that one line in there: would never hire a lawyer unless you absolutely had to. On a first reading, that line might even seem a little bit out of place, but think about what's really being said there. What he's saying, if we paraphrase that, he's saying this person would never spend company resources on external service providers unless you have tried to first solve the problem with AI yourself. And then, and only then, are you allowed to spend company resources on expensive outside service providers. So the turkey does nothing. Don't do nothing. Please don't be a turkey. You don't have to be an AI turkey. You can turn into an AI eagle. It might be a tough year for a lot of people, but it can be a very good year if we can help you get focused on the opportunities for AI workflow masters. Now, if you decide to do something, you can do this yourself. You really can, but consider that it will take time for you to filter through all of the AI buzz and hype to find the good stuff. And if you do it yourself, you have to hope that you can get your AI skills to the point where you can actually stay ahead of the next big advance in AI. And AI is moving so fast that you need to be able to stay ahead of it, and that gets to be a challenge all in itself sometimes. And you can find others to help you do it too. Spend a few moments on social media and you'll find plenty of ads offering AI help. But consider that if you've seen some things here today that you haven't seen before, that might suggest to you that my AI community understands some things about AI that others do not, and that you might want to consider continuing your AI journey with Marketing Ideas for Printers, because we are laser focused on helping printers with their AI journey. And that is why we're offering this scholarship to help you get started. It's the Company Champion Certification Scholarship, which is $4,000 in AI training and certifications. And it's yours for free if you add your email address to the chat by the time that we close this session out. Just add your email address, we'll get you set up with that scholarship. Here's what it includes. It includes the AI Workflow Practitioner certification. That is 9 plug-and-play workflows that you can use immediately. Learn how to use a business-focused AI workflow, and it also has a real-world exam to prove that you know how to execute an AI workflow. If the word exam sounds scary, don't worry. It's actually a very easy exam to pass. I should say that differently. It's an easy to pass that exam as long as you're following the information in front of you. You also get lifetime access to those 9 workflows. And then you'll get the AI Workflow Practitioner certification to promote your new AI workflow skills. That's normally $1,000, but that is free with today's workshop. It's like test driving a powerful new operating system for your business without even spending a dime. That's free with the scholarship. The other part of it is the AI Workflow Expert certification. That is 8 workshops. There's actually a bonus 9th workshop in there, but it's 8 advanced workshops that teach you how to build AI workflows. You can build your own AI workflows from scratch. And when you do that, you will earn the expert level AI Workflow Expert certification to promote your builder skills. And that is normally $3,000. That is also free. That is free for one person in the company. So it's free with the scholarship. Everyone gets the Workflow Practitioner on the previous slide, but one person in your company can access the AI Workflow Expert certification. So you could buy both for $4,000 outside of this workshop, or you can just claim the scholarship and get both of them at no charge. It's a high value offer, and honestly, it's a no-brainer. I'm offering the scholarship to you because I love working with printers and I want to see you succeed with AI and not just play catch up. So you're either going to call me stupid for making such a high value offer, or I'm going to have to question your sanity for not accepting this high value offer. So we can arm wrestle that later if we need to. But for now, to claim that scholarship, just drop your email address into the chat, and I'll take care of the rest to get you started. It's a no-risk sampling of everything else that we offer in the AI Accelerator for Printers program. And some breaking news that has not made the slide deck yet is this scholarship also includes a 30-day preview of the AI MBA. That's a collection of over 3,200 AI workflows that will help your team across 7 major areas of business, such as strategy, sales, HR, and so on. There's a ton of ready-to-use, focused AI assistance in the AI MBA. And so that is available for you at no charge for 30 days as part of the scholarship. All right, so to wrap things up, the future belongs to AI workflow masters. Current role, do the work of 10 people using AI. You can do future work 10 times faster and learn how to do it 10 times faster, and you prove it with certifications. For me, this is personal. I started exploring AI partly out of curiosity, but mostly because I wanted to make sure Marketing Ideas for Printers was prepared for a world that was about to be saturated with AI. But it became so much more than that. This is more than just adding on another service. This truly is personal. I've spent my career helping printers succeed, and I've never seen a shift like this one. AI isn't a trend, it's a transformation, and you can approach this transformation not with fear, but with confidence. I want you to have the tools, the confidence, and the support not only to keep up with AI, but to lead with AI. That's why we built the AI Accelerator for Printers program, specifically for printers like you, because it fits perfectly with our promise of helping you sell more printing. And with that, I'll wrap things up. Thank you for attending today's AI Skill Development Workshop.